Right, I've introduced the concept in the first part of this series. So this is the second part. So I'm going to be giving you specific examples of how I applied the idea of using digital cash flow generation assets to make money. So the first thing, let's just run through this again in terms of helping you understand the value of adopting this strategy as a way of life in terms of making money. All right, this is a system that is literally never expiring. It's something that can enable, they can make people who want what you sell, all right, contact you and eventually pay you money to get it, because you're creating things, okay, that they want, that they find useful in their own lives. So effectively, people are literally going to come to you, and you have you don't really need to do much work to get them to do that. In fact, they will find you on their own and they'll reach out to you. This has happened to me repeatedly. People from in and out of Africa, different countries, they keep coming to me. They encounter my stuff online in various channels, typically Facebook, YouTube, Google search engine itself, articles on my blog, stuff like that. Okay, there are some platforms I've never gotten any clients, so I'm not going to mention them, but I don't get anything from there, so I don't put energy into those platforms. So, but what I do is I put stuff on there that's literally doesn't have a shelf life, so it continually promotes the offers I make of these digital cash flow generating assets. All right, so you need to do the work to create these assets. All right, it depends on what it is that you are good at. Whatever the expertise you have, so whatever it is that you know how to do better than most other people around you, something that you know you have concrete expertise in. It could be a knowledge product, it could be a solution to a physical problem. Whatever it might be, you are good at it and you can explain it, or you can demonstrate it, or you can show people how it's done. Yeah, demonstrate. So long as you can do that, then you can make money from it. So you could record a video of yourself, you could type it in a descriptive manner. In anything you can do to communicate value to other people, all right, or to actually give them a practical solution to a problem they have, and you can package it as something that can be delivered to them if they pay you money for it. And all I'm talking about, all these things I mentioned now, digitally too, delivered digitally, electronically. So long as you can do that, then that kind of thing is called a digital cash flow generating assets. All right, and it allows you to earn passive income. So typically you do the work once, and then subsequently you begin to reap the rewards. So in my case, all right, I didn't start out doing it in a manner that it was very convenient for me and it was easy for me to do. I actually had to kind of work it and rework it for many years. So today it makes it unnecessary for me to go out to look for customers. What I used to do before was to do a lot of pavement pounding, you know, the one where you go out, go knock on doors and go into offices and go into places to market your product and service and all that. So today I have created alternatives that makes it unnecessary for me to go out to do all of that. So I don't go hunting for clients anymore. All right, so I spend more and more hours of my time, all right, sitting down and thinking based on the feedback I get, based on the research I do online, and even in interaction with people as I move around in society, to discover and decide on new product creation ideas and service creation ideas. Because like I said, these are things that can be delivered electronically, so you can deliver a service electronically too. But more often than not, that service will not, of course, not be something that you just is done up front. It's going to be something you provide when the person requests for it. All right, it depends anyway. So the point is, you have a means to offer all these things digitally to people that will pay for them. That means you have no limitations in terms of your geographical location. It's very important to create something along the lines of what I've described, because once it's not something you can deliver electronically, then it creates a bit of a limitation when you need to fulfill orders, because then you have to deal with whatever unexpected developments may occur in the social environment, socio-economic environment you're operating. For instance, there's a strike, there's a flood, there's some crisis, you know, that prevents movement. Maybe not even movement by you, but maybe that prevents people from coming to work in the organization that will help you do the delivery. or fulfillment of order. So, but if you have an online platform that enables you to literally deliver everything electronically, then you can keep literally running your business on a 24/7 basis. All right, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about here. So apart from so first of all, let me maybe give you an idea of the kind of things I sell. I have an Excel visual basic ration formulator software that's used to prepare balanced livestock rations for animals. It could be fish, it could be pigs, it could be poultry. So I mean, the software has been used for a variety of different livestock. So it's just for you to decide. Then I have a poultry farm manager software that's used to manage farm records. All right, that's another one. It's been used for several years. I have an invoice generator. I have a pay slip generator that's used to handle salary schedules and payment schedules and all that, including doing pay slips, as the name implies. So I have that range of customizable Excel VB software, and I continue to build more. But this time around, on demand. It's only the clients that pay for them. But I also have other assets. For instance, I have my feed formulation hub. So I do have information products. I have an online store where information products I create are made available for sale to a global paying audience. I don't need to physically interact with them for them to buy, and then I get royalties sent to me. Okay, so to be honest with you, I don't really promote many of those. There's a key, I have my primary target audience, which are farm business owners, and then I have some others, but for the most part, a lot of the things I do for other people who are not farm business owners tend to be in the area of web marketing solutions. All right, so I do a lot of that, and some of my farm business owners are beginning to enroll for that. All right, so I just want to share with you, for instance, okay, maybe I should mention this as well. I have some audio and video products as well, what you call podcasts that I create and I actually sell. I sell home study tutorials, right, in video formats to clients, and they do buy them. I mean, I've sold some of them on DVD for years for as much as 50,000 naira. Now, I tell people all the time. Whenever I'm saying these things, I know that I come from an environment, and most people listening to me are likely to be from that environment, Nigeria, where it can be very difficult to verify things. But in my case, I have quite a lot of proof to back up my claims. So it's just for you. If you think there's anything I'm saying that it could not be true, just get across to me and I will provide you evidence that is verifiable to confirm that what I'm saying, what my claims are true. All right, so the example, I want to give you some examples of some of the products. Okay, I'll give you an idea of how I make money from creating digital cash flow generating assets, the DCFGAs. All right, so one of them is the DVD information product. It's titled Proven Ways to Generate Useful Passive Income, and that's one I've sold. Funny enough, if I recall correctly, when I first created the first time I created it, I actually was in Cotonou and I published it online. I published the announcement online, and then I made an offer to people saying if I came into Nigeria, they could meet with me as one of the, I think it was at the Mr. Big's outlet along the Ojuribega Road, right? And I remember there are people that came from different places that I think I had up to about 5 or 6 people that came around on that day. Some of whom I already knew previously, some I had never met before, were meeting for the first time, and they all paid for it up front. So they were only coming to meet with me so I could do like a kind of live session with them and explain in more detail, and they could answer their questions. It was very interesting. Another one is the audio book titled 10 Storified Yoruba Proverbs. I've sold that several times now. Some of these things I create them actually as resources to teach other people. For instance, my children. I wanted my children to learn proverbs in our language, our local language, and I realized that I did not have the repertoire of proverbs to really help my kids with. So I began to learn, and after some time I looked for a way to make them easy to understand. So I looked at some movies they'd watched and that kind of had maybe scenes in the movie or lessons from the movies that communicated the same learning that the proverb was trying to pass on. So based on that, I now use those movies that I knew the kids were familiar with to explain the proverbs. It's kind of like as a kind of a case study, and I found out that it resonated with them. So I involved the children in recording audios of the explanations, where we kind of call out the proverb. Each child will call out the proverb, and then I would then do the narration of the movie scene that kind of illustrated what the proverb was about. So after I finished the whole thing, I saw that I had this body of information that I had been well organized, that I thought, oh wow, somebody else might just find this useful. So I thought of some Nigerians who are probably in diaspora and do not have time to help their kids with the learning of language, but would love to have access to something like this that's already pre-done for kids or with kids in mind. So I decided to put it up on my YouTube channel, and I thought nothing of it. I just left it there. Would you believe that I think within a month, somebody, a lady working as a senior, well, as a manager anyway, in one of the big banks, I think it was Standard Chartered Bank, yes, Standard Chartered Bank in Victoria Land, she just called me up and told me she wanted a copy. And after we spoke for a few minutes, she sent payment to my account, including an extra 2,000 naira for delivery to her office. She wanted it hand delivered. She wanted it the same day if possible. You know, it was very interesting, because I didn't even, I put it up there because I was thinking somebody might want it, but I didn't think the response would be that emphatic, and I didn't think it would happen so quickly. So that made me realize that if I were really to promote that particular product, I'll probably get more sales. And since then, I've had even my old clients saying, oh, I saw something about these Yoruba proverbs. Listen, I don't have much time. One of my lecturer clients is actually a professor now. And he told me, oh wow, you have this and I want it. Do you still have it? And I said yes. So he paid for it, and I had to. In fact, he didn't even want the DVD version, which the lady wanted. He just wanted the one I could download. So you know, you can sit down and think of things that people have shown interest in having. Maybe based on your discussions with them, you've seen the passion with which they've talked about not being able to create it themselves and wanting it. And if you think it's something that other people might have interest in, then sit down and create it. Prepare it in a format that is easy to deliver to the people that might want it electronically. I keep emphasizing that. That's the best way to go, because if you do any other thing that requires physical fulfillment, there's so many things that can go wrong in our environment here. But if you're listening to me from any other part of the world, of course, go ahead. I'm just saying that we've had cases in which somebody sent something to someone using some of the so-called couriers, not the conventional, but the one that kind of work with maybe transport agencies, and all sorts of things happened to the package before it got to the destination it was meant for. And then the person who was selling had to be the one to foot the bill, to resend and all that. So I don't want to deal with, I call it the NN, the Nigerian nonsense. It happens sometimes. Nigeria is a beautiful place. We do have some people who get a lot of things right, but quite often some people just make things so difficult. So I don't want to relate to the Nigerian nonsense in that regard. Therefore, I focus on things that I can say are like 95% within my control. Therefore, I can make a promise to the people who are sending me money, and I know I'll be able to fulfill the promise to a great extent without errors. And if there's an error, I own the error and I sort it out. I don't give excuses. I don't blame anybody. I don't make complaints. You know, right? So if you do this right, it's only a matter of time before people begin to show interest in the solutions you offer. So how do you get started? Well, as I said before, think of what you know how to do very well, that you can present in a form that people who are your target audience will want to get it. You know, it's very important. It doesn't have to be something that somebody has done before. I mean, I didn't know anybody who had done anything called Yoruba Storyfied Yoruba Proverbs. And when I was writing the feed formulation handbook, I wasn't even thinking of how I was going to sell it. I just realized that I talked to so many farmers and they did not have any understanding of feed formulation. They were just mixing feed ingredients. You know, so I said, oh wow, these guys don't understand that you need to actually prepare balanced rations using the right mix of ingredients. So I said, okay, let me do, based on what I knew I had done as a member of Students Farm Research Foundation in UI, University of Ibadan, I decided to put it together. And it was only after I put it together that I realized, okay, now that I've done this, how do I get these people to buy this thing for me? Then I began to, and I first started with pavement pounding before I then gradually moved on to using the web. And today it's just, for me, I don't even have to think about it. It just happens. The sales come, the inquiries come, I keep making sales. You know, the internet is one of the best and most liberating platforms ever created by mankind. You know, so and anybody who's going to really succeed, if you need to know how to harness the power of the internet. That's what I'll tell you. All right, so if you do all the things I've said right, okay, it's just going to be a matter of time for people to discover you. All right, what can I say? I've built all kinds of products. I've mentioned their names, and I'm convinced that anybody all right, who is able to follow the same strategy or adopt the same strategy will achieve the same kind of success, and even better, because I cannot claim to be doing the best that anybody can do. I'm just saying that I'm making sales, and I'm happy with the sales I'm making, and I know I can do better, and I'm working hard to do better. I'm just saying that if you're not doing this much, then you can, if you were to adopt this strategy. All right. Okay, let me share a particular story, all right, based on something that happened in 2015. Okay, I think you can see it on screen. Okay, in 2015, on 19th of August 2015, I was in Cotonou, all right, and I just finished a Skype phone conversation with a new UK-based client for a book ghostwriting service. So I got a call after that Skype conversation ended. I got a call from a Lagos-based poultry farm CEO, all right, and I actually recall that time that I told him that I found it strange. I recall I told him that he got through to me on my Nigerian mobile, and it was a surprise for me, because normally I did not get calls on that line once I crossed the border to Benin Republic. So actually his call came through on that line, and it was the first time I was having that experience. And anyway, he wanted to find out about the exact visual basic poultry farm manager, what the price was, and if I could customize it for his farm. Before then, okay, yeah, so I answered his questions, okay, and then I offered details on what you would expect. So, but I also remember that I had just sent out a promo not long before he called, and I told him that I sent the promo via bulk SMS to subscribers that same morning. So I told him it was going to expire by midnight, and if he was able to take advantage of it, he would enable him to pay much less than normal that other people would have had to pay. Okay, because the offer was only meant for people who signed up for as subscribers on my website. I told him he will need to enroll by filling the form, the contact form on my website, to join my mailing list. So he wasted no time in doing that, and then once he did that, I sent him the details through SMS for payment, and he sent me the transfer confirmation details within a matter of minutes after that. So just think about, and if I recall correctly, yeah, it was the fee, the amount the promo offer was for them to buy the product at 27,500. Just want to confirm that. Yeah. So I mean, so within a matter of minutes, he done that. What happened was, after I sent that SMS to that gentleman, and he had done the payment, I remember that there was another poultry farm CEO who had called me while he was on holiday in London. He said he was on leave. He was working with one of these oil service farms, and I remember that he had, been holiday. Okay, he had been on holiday in London and had since returned to Nigeria. He had also told me he wanted to buy the poultry farm manager. So I realized that, oh, this offer I'm making, this promo offer, might just interest this guy as well. So I called his line, but I kept getting a message saying it was not available. So I wanted to tell him about the promo offer in case he would want to take it up. So when I couldn't reach him on phone, I did not stop there, even though some people would have said, oh well, I can get him too bad. So instead, my keenly honed selling instincts made me think of another way to get across to him. Okay, and that was by sending him an email, because I noticed that when we were corresponding, him and I, he used a smartphone and seemed to be often online in terms of video, in terms of his email. He was always very, very quick to respond on email. So, and it was a good thing I did that. That I sent the email, because within 30 minutes, he sent me an email response thanking me for the heads up and confirming that he had done a bank transfer straight away to take up the promo. So he didn't even bother to call me up to ask any questions. He just saw the offer from me, based on the fact that he had already previously contacted me about the same product. He saw the offer to pay 27,500 as against, I think, something in the neighborhood of 50,000 or so, if I recall correctly, at that time, in order to benefit from the promo. So now I want to read out what he said. Thanks, Tayo. I have done online payment of 27,500 into your GTB account to benefit from the promo and the purchase of the formulation handbook. Please let me know what you will need to personalize the software for me. Regards. He puts his name. Alright, now what I sent to him was this, and I want you to listen to it, because it's about the way you communicate a potential opportunity to somebody in form of an irresistible offer. That's the key. Irresistible, because it is an irresistible offer that makes people want to take action immediately. You don't want to wait to think about it much. First of all, you've established trust to a great extent. There's been interaction. There's a foundation for the relationship. Therefore, the next step will be for the person to say, wow, I need this, I want this now, I'm going to take it now. So I said to him when I sent the email, hi, you spoke with me a while back while I was in Lagos. I've been back in Cotonou for about a week now. About my portfolio manager. This morning I sent out a bulk SMS to my subscribers with the following promo offer. Get both my portfolio manager and ration formulator software if you pay 20k on or before midnight today, Wednesday 19th August 2015. Pay to GT Bank, blah blah blah. I put all those. Reply yes to me, blah blah blah. Then I go on to say a suggestion. You can make the most of this opportunity by purchasing the feed formulation handbook used with the ration formulator for 7.5k instead of 8k. That gets you my 30-page annotated pictorial introduction to feed ingredients free, which is a 7.5k naira value. Right, then I sign off with my name and that website I used there is no longer active. I've changed the URL back to my main URL, which is solagbade.com. So now, then at the bottom I continue with my message. A few hours after I sent out the offer, a Lagos-based farm CEO who was not on my mailing list and so did not know about the offer called after watching my video of the portfolio manager on YouTube. In line with my code of ethics, after answering his questions, I told him that if he filled and submitted my website contact form to join my mailing list, I would send him the above promo offer so he could make the huge savings promised. He went ahead and did that, and I'm now preparing the personalized versions of the product for him. As I was doing that, it occurred to me to try calling your number to be sure you saw the offer as well. However, the mobile number you submitted via my website form keeps saying not available when I call using my MTN billing line. In line with my due diligence code of ethics, I'm going the extra mile to send you this email notice of the offer. It expires at midnight today, Wednesday 19th August 2015. I'm hopeful you'll be able to take it up. Call me on and then give him my billing number if you need to talk. With kindest regards, Tayo. So less than 24 hours later, I sent both buyers the promised promo version. So I mean, think about it. Here I was sitting down in the room. I remember this day. I was actually sitting in the cyber cafe. Very comfortable environment with AC and all of that. Very lovely place. That was the cyber cafe. I did most of my work in Cotonou, and I was sitting there alone, and I was just thinking and sending these messages to these guys. And there I was. They were responding to me instantly and sending me payment. All right. So less than 24 hours later, I had sent both buyers the promised promo versions of product. Remember, they believed in me. They trusted me. They sent in their products and their payments, and I made sure I fulfilled the order consistent with the offer I made to them. All right. So they were all digital products, so I had no major cost to worry about. Now, I believe that you will agree with me that it's amazing that if you have the solution people want in form of a product you can sell, all right, promoted using an intelligent web marketing system, it will enable you to make repeat sales with little or no effort, and basically that's the kind of thing you want to have, because there's nothing better, there's nothing that can beat that, the ability to be able to make sales without having to stress yourself so much. I mean, think about it, it's just digital. So that's the reality that I experience on a regular basis. So it's not just some theory. This is something I do. I still did this a few days ago, and I continue to do it. It's just something that works because when you have something that people want, people will pay you for it. So you've got to first of all identify that thing, find something that people want, put it together, prepare it in a manner that makes it easy to access, and then let people know that you have it. They'll come to you. Now I've realized that not everybody, all right, will be able to kind of think of it and do it like themselves, in the same manner with success. We don't all have the same gifts. So I have been blessed to have this gift, the ability to think up solutions and create them and package them, promote and present them to people in a marketable manner that people respond. So I want to put that ability I have at the service of people who are interested in getting such help. So if that interests you, just get across to me using the contact details shown on your screen to learn how you can enroll for my solution, my support service. I call it the spontaneous coaching for passive income generation program. I can teach you how to do this. But if you're not interested in that, you just want me to help you create a similar kind of solution for yourself to offer to people, that means you are interested in my Monetize Your Expertise program, just reach out to me, contact me, and I'll help you. There's what we call the needs analysis. I'll talk to you and help you to identify what it is you can put together as a body of as a solution that you can sell to people in form of a digital cash flow generating asset. Right, if you're interested in that, reach out to me. I wish you well.